Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video I want to talk about a crazy solo gold farm that no one is talking about and that can reward you with a lot of gold. So this is something you can do on mostly all your different characters that are level 61 or more, and this is a gold farm taking place in the Dragon Isles. In order to do this gold farm you will need two things. The first item you will need is the Docile Soul Inhaler. This is an item that you can craft with engineering, but you can also buy it or sell it on the auction house. And then you will also need some empty soul cages. When you have these two items, all you want to do is go in different parts of the Dragon Isles and you want to kill some elite elemental mobs. And then just before they die, you want to use this item, the soul inhalers, on them in order to receive this Encaged Earthen Soul. When you get this item, you don't want to open it because otherwise you won't have a chance at getting the different items I'm going to talk about just after. You want to wait 15 more minutes and then you will receive this Docile Earthen Soul, and then this is the item that you want to open in order to have a chance at getting some very rare pets that you can then cage and sell on the auction house. So in order to get the 4 different pets, you will need to open 4 different type of souls. And in order to get these different souls, you need to kill 4 different type of elementals. The first one, to get the earth souls, you will need to kill the earth shatter elementals in the Waking Shore. And they're located just here, most of the time on top of these different hills. Then you have the Stormborn Colossus that are located in the Oran Plains, just here not far from a cave. And these ones are for the different air ones. Then you have the Force of the Springs for the water one, and this time it's in the Oran Plains again, but near the Oniri Springs. And finally, we have the fire elementals that are located in the Span, just here, and these ones are for the fire soul. So when you open these different souls, you just have a very small chance at actually getting some of these pets. So the first pet is the Blaze Spirits that you get when opening the Docile Fiery Soul, and you have a 1.6% chance at getting the pet. Then you have the Dust Spirit. This time it's with the Docile Earthen Soul, and this one has a 3% chance of dropping. Then you have the Gale Spirit. This time this is with the one for the air, and this time something that has, I believe, like 1.5% chance as well. There is not really a lot of comments about that, but basically you get it when opening the Docile Air Soul. And finally, for the Tide Spirit, it's gonna be 1.9% from the Docile Frosty Soul. Then when it comes to the value of all these different pets, as you can imagine, they're pretty difficult to get, and so the value is really good. On European realms, on average for the Blaze Spirit is gonna be between 180 to 161,000 gold, and as you can see on many realms, they are non-available. Then on US realms for the same pet is going to be between 240 to 247,000 gold, and again on many realms there's just 1 or 2 available. Then for the Dust Spirit, it's on average 170 to 166,000 gold on European realms, and 199 to 261,000 gold on US realms. For the Gale Spirit, it's 200 to 209,000 gold on European realms, and 312 to 311,000 gold on US realms. And then the Tide Spirit is 164 to 150 and 200 to 260,000 gold on US realms. So as you can see, all these different pets are really rare. I tried to farm them as soon as I learned about all these different pets. So I farmed 10 of each of the different souls, and I opened all of them, and unfortunately, as you can see, I was not really lucky, I was not successful, and I didn't get any of these pets. But that's also the reason why these pets are so expensive and why you might be able to make a lot of gold as soon as you get your hands on one of these pets. So when it comes to how you can farm all these different Docile souls, it's pretty simple. First, what I'm personally doing is just leaving one character who has the inhaler at one spot where there are all the different elites, and every 15 minutes or when I can, I just log in and I just kill the elemental and I just get the soul, and then I log off and do something else. And like that, every 15 minutes, I'm able to get a new one. So this is a really easy way to do it, and this is something that normally should not really require you too much time because these elites are pretty simple to kill, and like that you can do it again every 15 minutes. But you can of course also do it on all your different characters. Again, in order to use this inhaler, you need to be level 61 or more. So on any of your alts that are level 61 or more, you can also get your hands on one of these inhalers and of course think of getting some empty soul cages. And then you can also do that on these other characters. So if you want, you can do it on one character, log off, logging on another character and do it. And like that, you have more chance at getting more of these souls. Keep in mind, of course, that you will have to buy each time new inhalers and some new soul cages, which can cost a little bit because as you can see on average, this one sells for like 10,000 gold, and these different empty soul cages on average, you can find them for 300 gold. But again, I think it's definitely worth the investment because if you get your hands on the different pets, you can really make a lot of gold. Also, keep in mind that you can use all these other souls that you will get from these different docile souls, because all of them, as you can see, can be used in crafting different type of armors. Especially if you are playing on Blacksmither, then you will be able to craft Alvin the Anvil with some of these Earthen Soul. And these pets can be sold for a lot of gold, probably like around 100k on most runs. So this is also something you should keep in mind, and if you have a character that has blacksmithing and that might have already the recipe in order to craft Alvin the Anvil, maybe you want to do it on this character because you will be able to use the Earthen Soul with this craft. One recommendation is really just try to get your hands on one of each of these pets. Don't waste your time trying to get maybe like for instance 3 of the earthen one and 2 of the fiery one, simply because these pets can take some time to sell. So you just want to have one of each up on your auction house and wait for them to sell. And when one of them sells, then you can try to farm another one and post it again on the auction house. Like that, you don't waste too much time and you don't have to wait for 5 pets to be sold at the same time of the same kind. And again, one important point that I mentioned at the beginning, do not open the Encaged Earthen Soul. Wait for them to turn into the Docile Earthen Soul, because otherwise you won't lose your chance at getting the pet. As you can see, if I open it just like that, I will just get some of this Awakened Earth and Fractured Glass, and that's it. But if I open it with this, I can get the Earthen Soul and then have a chance at getting the pet. So really make sure to wait, because otherwise you will lose quite a lot of gold just by doing that. And one last tip, all these different elementals have abilities that can either stun you or bump you, or they all do these type of things. So you really want to make sure to time exactly the moment where you're gonna use the inhalers, because then you cannot use the inhalers for another 30 seconds if you do an attempt. And usually if you have some dots on the mob or anything like that, the mob will die before you are able to use the inhalers. So always make sure that you have waited for the last like bump or whatever, and then you want the mob to have really just 2 or 3k HP and you want to use the inhalers, and that's how you will get for sure the soul each time. So that's gonna pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you will be able to make some gold with this farm. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime, I wish you all the best of luck with your gold farming and gold making activities. Bye!